Yo, what is up? What is up, YouTube family? It is K right here, back at it with another Libertarian video for y'all today. Yeah, man, let's get right into it, man. We have some pretty good, interesting content for you guys today. I've always wanted to kind of talk about this with, libertarian discussion, and I think it's always been important, in my mind at least. But yeah, let's talk about libertarianism and minarchism. Why minarchism is not libertarian. So, for this video, I'm going to try to argue from a good objectivist point of view, and I think that the main crux of it is just that whenever we do talk about libertarian philosophy, a lot of people don't seem to understand that the whole meaning behind libertarianism. And I sometimes feel like that when people want to understand libertarianism, it's always like a massive misconception that people focus on, to think that libertarianism is just simply people that want small government. But the whole thing behind it is that that's not libertarianism alone, and the people that argue for small government are usually the libertarians that just want to go backwards, and they're just pseudo-libertarians. So basically what I mean by that is that libertarianism alone is supposed to be a anti-government status philosophy. So the whole point of libertarianism alone is to promote the idea that violence is immoral on all levels, and the concept of statism is basically broken, and mankind is better without any means of government, government leveled, oppression, if you will. So the whole meaning behind what a lot of statists want to do is that a lot of governing bodies will do whatever it takes to misconceive the population, and just say that that the reason why we have government is because people are bad. So therefore, to a minarchist point of view, they'll always find ways to become an apologist for the sake of defending government tyranny, and they'll do anything that it takes to get to that level of defending tyranny. Now, don't get it twisted. I mean, some educated minarchists will do their best to make the proper defenses for governing bodies to exist, but the main issue is that minarchism is a very backwards philosophy that's no different from any statist philosophy. Now, you could always say that minarchism has quote unquote given better results politically, in terms of having a better society with a lesser government, which I do like that concept of wanting to be told less what to do by the state. But it's like, that's like trying to get rid of 97 point something percent out of a cancer and only leaving 3% of that cancer to survive. And the whole misconception of minarchism is that cancer will always come back, that being the state, and humans are not naturally capable of being politically, politically obedient to serve political order to people that quote unquote elect them into power. And that the whole point behind it is to basically promote fear and destruction when you have any governing body. Now, that could be different in many different sectors, but the truth is that government is a very violent institution that has shown politically time and time again that you cannot manage human society with a violent monopoly on arbitration. And whenever there has been political changes within governing institutions have always been very, very violent in terms of destroying people's livelihood. People don't have the political freedom to do what they want to do, and therefore they're held back even greater, to where no matter how much government reform that you want to do, you're never going to get what you want, because government is, like the big bad wolf that doesn't stop doing bad things. And therefore, it's like like honestly, if people want to use, religiosity into it, it's pretty much like the most evil tyrannical religion that keeps breeding bad people that sin. And that's really what the state does. The state invites bad people, that people say that they don't want bad people telling other humans what to do. So therefore, if you don't want criminals running your life, that being actual criminals, people that do live off of criminality, and they say like, according to a statist point of view, they'll always say like, well, humans would be violently destructive if we didn't have government. But those same people that say that are the ones that will have those violent humans, basically corrupt mankind, into power. And I'm not like that. Like, I think mankind is easily capable of governing itself, without a governing authority. And we don't need to have, rulers telling us what to do that don't have a obligation to serve you, or even get a real job. And they're just living off of your, like, basically they're living off of the fruits of your labor, while you're trying to struggle in life to be successful. So I think the final is that the libertarian solution to minarchism is that, more libertarians need to understand what minarchism is, and the people that are minarchists need to stop calling themselves, libertarian, because if you're libertarian, you should be for freedom and liberty, and therefore you should be on the side of ANCAPs, or people that just want freedom in general, to get rid of statism and live happily ever after, per se. I'm just using that as just like as a metaphoric, symbolism. But the truth is like, libertarianism alone does not need a state, and it never needed a state. And historically and metaphysically, it goes against, statism, alone. So I don't know what people want to say in terms of saying that libertarianism is somehow a minarchist, philosophy, because it's not. Because the people that advocated for, libertarian-based ideas were the ones that wanted to be anti-state to begin with. So I think that's pretty much like the whole case for it. Because if you want freedom, you're going to push for, like the right things for freedom. So I don't know. I just think mankind would be a lot better, without government. And there has been plenty of examples of, libertarian society, of being a successful, successful, civilization without, political psychopaths in power. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. All right, peace out, goodbye, and F, the state. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.